Today I got a banging video for y'all, man. If you don't know who this man is right here, don't worry, you about to find out. July 22nd, 1965 in Chandler, Arizona, a star was born. Michael Shawn Hickenbottom. As a youngin', Michael's daddy was in the Air Force, so they would travel from state to state, school to school. But this never stopped the charismatic genius that was about to evolve. Now as a youngster, Michael would be involved in all types of sports, basketball, football, anything that had contact, and he excelled in football. But one day he told his mama, you know what? I'm gonna become a wrestler, because he ended up seeing it on TV. And he was just excited about it. Now in 1980, he ended up meeting a guy named Kenny Kent. We just gonna call him Kenny. Him and Kenny would wrestle night and day because other boys didn't like to wrestle with Michaels. They ended up doing a talent show their 10th grade year, and they performed wrestling in front of everybody, and everybody loved it. But they lost to a group of cheerleaders. I mean, you can't beat women in skirts. One day, Michael told Kenny, man, I'm gonna make it wrestling. You just wait and see. Before you know it, his dreams came true. Cause see, before he met Marty, he was in like the little underground scene. He got a buzz for himself. Marty came in and seen Shawn one day with some green tights all the way up to damn near his chest. And said, I know this ain't the guy. This ain't the guy that everybody been talking about. He walked up to Michael and said, hey, you know a guy named Shawn Michaels? He said, that's me. Marty looked at him and said, well, I'll be down. They will go on to win the tag team belts, but a lot of drinking, partying, and drugs will consume their careers, for the good and for the bad. Marty was the first person to teach Michael about the yayo. So they was in hotel rooms, I'm talking about going hard, but that made him turn into a different person. You have to understand, wrestling is very physical. Just keeping it a bean, dog. Now we're introducing the Heartbreak Kid. Cause see, in January 1992, in the barbershop, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, and Marty Marr end up going to the barbershop to talk about, you know, certain things and their little differences, and are they gonna break up, are they gonna remain a tag team, you know, stuff like that. Well, this was one of them iconic ass moments, because not only did Shawn tell that man no, he kicked that man in the face on national TV, folks, then proceeds to throw the man through the window. Shit got real, folks. Shit, after that, all you heard was, I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Man, he had one of the most iconic theme songs ever. Shawn was really out there doing his did it. For real, for real. I'm talking about even his swag was just, you feel me? Later on that year in 1992, Shawn Michaels ended up getting his first singles belt, and it was for the Intercontinental Championship belt. I'm talking about folk was on top of the world. Well, then here come WrestleMania 1994, after he really been just, you know, blaze of glory and type shit. You know, he had got hurt, and Vince was like, you gonna have to give me that belt back. And Shawn was like, boy, hell no. What they decided was, okay, well look, I'm gonna tell you something. Razor Ramon got the Intercontinental Championship belt. You got it too. We'll put both of y'all belts up top. We'll have a ladder match, and whoever wins, they gonna be our champ. This was one of them kind of matches where you didn't want to miss out on it, because it was so much that popped off. I mean, motherfuckers getting pushed off the ladder and shit. It got to a point where they both were laying down, and we were thinking like, damn, is they dead? Needless to say, Shawn won this match, and he became the Intercontinental Champion of the world. But when he won this match against Razor Ramon, before you know it, the clique got started. You know, this shit. There goes Shawn in 93. Look at him. I'm talking about folk on top of the world. Now, the clique consisted of Triple H. You had Kevin Nash in the back. You had 1, 2, 3 Kid. You had Razor Ramon. And then you had the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. I'm talking about you couldn't, nobody really could mess with the clique. Well, in 1995, a month after I was born, Shawn was in the bar with a couple of his clique homeboys, and you know, they drinking, they doing their little thing, they partying, right? Well, there was some Marines over here, you feel me? Everybody looking at them, they looking at them, and Shawn thought he could still take any girl out the bar. Well, some words got exchanged. They end up walking out, and like 6 dudes beat the dog shit out of him, and that's why he looking like this. One thing about my boy was, that is not gonna stop a real one, you feel me? Folk coming out the sky like, I'm Batman. Him and Bret Hart had one of the greatest rivalries in WWE history. Cause Shawn came out there, put it on his ass, and won the belt. Now Shawn is the heavyweight champ. You feel me? I'm talking, you can't tell me nothing. Well, here comes WCW Nitro. And this when shit get real. Because in 1996, in Madison Square Garden, Razor Ramon and Kevin Nash had to leave the company. Well, Shawn Michaels and Triple H was staying in the company. After they had this match right here, folks, these people that got up here in a live crowd and started hugging and shit. Then everybody was like, oh, hell nah, this something ain't right, folks. Y'all was just fighting. What's happening with that? Well, since Razor Ramon and Kevin Nash left, Shawn Michaels was the champion. The only person who took the flag was Triple H. Now we getting into the Bret Hart saga. 1996. Shawn come out in this motherfucker high as fuck. I'm talking about, it was one of the moments we was like, boy, hell no, you tripping, folks. We just gonna zoom to 97 because that was one of the periods of time we was like, I know you lying. Bret Hart got up there and was like, oh, you faking like you hurt. And you don't want to fight me? You really don't want to fight me, folks. So Vince was like, I mean, shit, we're going to have to make it happen, you feel me? Well, this is when these three united. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Chyna. And we all know where this comes. D-Generation X. Now, this part was kind of crazy because Bret Hart was in the wheelchair and shit, and then like they were talking and he stood up, and then Shawn Michaels like switched and music his ass and set him right back down. Well, then comes 1997 Survivor Series. Everybody know about this. The Heartbreak Kid goes and steals Bret Hart sharpshooter move on him, right? Mr. McMahon said, I'll be damned if you leave here with that belt. Well, that's where the Montreal Screwdriver came into play. Where you know, Bret Hart is born and raised. So Vince told him, ring the bell, and then the match ended and everybody was like, man, hell no, and you know, it went up from there. Goodbye for now. In 1998 at the Royal Rumble, it wasn't a moment, folks. Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker had a casket match, right? Undertaker threw his ass over the rope and Shawn hit his back on the casket. And he was out for a little bit. Doctor said, you ain't gonna wrestle no more. Shawn said, you got me messed up. He started taking pills, got a shot in his back. Then, you know, he was like, I gotta go and fight. And he went out there and Stone Cold did what Stone Cold did and took the belt from him, and you know how it goes. A new life. 100 Heartbreak Kid ends career in ring. If my boy 1999 on his couch talking about how he gonna go to rehab, I mean recovery. As he's sitting there on this couch, he sees something that sparks his interest. Because in 1998, a year before this, beautiful woman that went by the name of Whisper was on Nitro. Needless to say, Shawn Michaels got in contact with her. Next thing you know, they started dating and they got married. My boy got good taste. This is where they got married at, folks. This them at the wedding. Yeah, a lot went on, you know what I'm saying? She watched him go through his withdrawals and everything. They had kids. It was just a lot to go on, so I'm not going to cover that part. But just know my boy got better. Because in March of 2001, well, he didn't get better just yet. There was a lot of shit going on. He came out there yelling at Vince, yelling at Triple H, high full, and it really messed up the whole relationship. But that comeback though, SummerSlam 2002. These two dudes are the best commentator folk, JR and Jerry the King Lawler. You feel me? Shawn Michaels rekindled his relationship with Triple H and they fought. It was a beautiful thing because after that match and he won, he came back like nothing ever happened to him. So much that in March 2008 on Raw, he challenged Ric Flair to a match in WrestleMania. You have to understand that as a young kid, Shawn Michaels idolized Ric Flair. March 2008, Shawn Michaels came in and he handled business. But not with one super kid, but with two. And you already know what happened. 1, 2, 3, you're done. And Ric Flair retired after this. But by Shawn Michaels. Beautiful. The final. Him and Bret Hart rekindled what they had. 2009 it came. Shawn Michaels came in it bit like he was Jesus. Undertaker came in it bit like the Undertaker. But Shawn Michaels lost this one. Look at him. He ended up winning the award for the best fight. In 2010, he did it again. Retiring Shawn Michaels. Keeping it a band.